If you didn't worry about parking, I just treat you for it. Her mother was a hero.
Call to order the workshop meeting for October 3rd, 2023 at 5 p.m. Clerk call the roll, please.
Councilmember Skoviak.
Here.
Councilmember Bemanto.
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl. Here. Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember at large, the meeting.
Here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's see. Mr. Bobson, is Mayor around?
He wasn't over there.
Okay, so if he gets in, we'll come back.
Okay.
Let's go to communication from the public and petitions.
Number 1, ratification of loudspeaker permit request for Peter De Jesus Jr. on behalf of 1199 SEIU and the New York State Nurses Association to use speakers and microphones for the community rally for the building of a new Brooks Hospital on Thursday, October 5th, 2023 from 11:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. This vote passed outside of council by a vote of 5-0.
Okay, we will receive the file when we go on in. Is there any discussion on that? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to 2.
Number 2, request from the Dunkirk City School District requesting to close 6th Street from Clover Street to Marauder Drive on Friday, October 20th, 2023, from 3 p.m. for the food truck event until the conclusion of the homecoming parade.
Any discussion, council? All right, number 3.
Number 3, request from the Dunkirk City School District requesting assistance from the Dunkirk Police Department on October 20th, 2023 for the annual homecoming festivities beginning at 4 p.m. until the conclusion of the homecoming parade at 6:45 p.m.
Any discussion, council?
Same as normal?
Yeah, I had pre-notice of this, so the shift supervisors are already planning it.
Good. Okay, number 4.
Number 4, request from the Dunkirk City School District for assistance from 2 Dunkirk police officers to be present at the homecoming dance on Saturday, October 21st, 2023, from 7:45 p.m. until 11:15 p.m. Also requesting breathalyzer test for each student attending the dance.
Any discussion, council?
Same as always?
It's already covered. Good.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on to reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilwoman, let's go. Councilman Lamont?
Yes, I'd like to bring up when the election is on Tuesday night. We have a council meeting. We want to keep the council meeting or move it to Monday. Food for thought.
It's true.
We have to do it by next meeting. Or keep it.
Yeah, we'll do it in the next meeting.
So
What's the preference? Want to go Monday or the day before?
Yeah.
Therefore, all in favor? Let's do that, Michael. Let's go.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay.
Thank you.
You want to got us all here.
If you're gonna make that motion now, we can just get it done with it.
Got a motion from, I got a motion originally from Stoyl, seconded by Bomano.
So, and
Everybody in
bring that
favor?
up.
Aye.
Yeah, and then we'll just have to formalize it back out at the regular meeting.
We're all in agreement.
Okay.
You got it, boss.
So you don't need a resolution, we're good.
Right.
Yep,
We'll do the formality out there.
excellent. Thank you.
You're making your work too easy for you.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So far.
How we do that out there?
I think you just do what you just did.
When do you do it during?
Oh, you can
Yeah,
do
if you want to do it,
business.
do it.
New business.
You can do new business, or you can do it under your standing committee too. Either one, whatever you guys prefer. Okay,
He still has the floor.
nothing for you? Okay. You're good, Mike? Yep. Thank you.
Out there.
Okay, same here, so let's move on, unfinished business,
We have no unfinished business, sir.
okay? Pre-filed resolution,
We have none of those either.
new business,
I ain't got none of that either, sir.
can I have a motion for adjournment? I got Nichols was seconded by Stoyl.
Councilmember Leskovia?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah Nico?
Aye, adjourned.
4-minute meeting.
How come when we have a lot on the agenda, we get 7 or 8 walk-ins?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing on the agenda, we have.
Can I make a motion, we move right into the real meeting? Okay.
We've been trying to work this out for 3 years.
Let's call to order the regular meeting for October 3rd, 2023 at 5:30 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Lishkowiak.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto. Here. Councilmember Stoyl.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico.
Here. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, let's do certification of prior meeting.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, September 19, 2023 was presented to the mayor on Wednesday, September 27, 2023. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof, I have here to set my hand in the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this third day of October, 2023.
Can I have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented? I got a motion by Nichols and a second by Councilwoman Lutskowiak.
Councilmember Lishkowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Privilege of the floor.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case each individual appearing shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing any group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the chair may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. The first privilege of the floor is reserved for members of the public and shall be limited to subject matter relating to local laws, resolutions, ordinances, and motions appearing on the agenda. The chair shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that the chair may allow any person to complete a statement or thought started before such time expires, and a longer time may be allowed by the chair with approval of the majority of the council.
Okay, privilege of the floor is now open for agenda items. If anyone would like to speak publicly. Okay.
No, it's not.
It's got to be for a second one.
Just,
For the second one.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Name and address, and what would you like to discuss on the agenda?
And so, on behalf of my mother-in-law, Patricia Adamovich, 100 West Chestnut Street in Dunkirk. It's in regards to the paper street purchase. There was a resolution passed, I believe, not.
Excuse me. Okay, it's got to be on the agenda for the first round of this.
second.
You gotta wait for the second.
So this portion is only on agenda items that we're going to deal with coming up.
There'll be a second
At the
chance.
end of the meeting, you
Item
can
10.
talk about anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
It'll go right past. We don't have any resolutions, so.
Is there anybody that'd like to speak on agenda items only? Going once? Going twice? 3 times? Floor is closed. Communication from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mr. Bobstein?
No, nothing.
Nothing, okay. Let's go to communication from the public and petitions. Number 1.
Number 1, ratification of loudspeaker permit request from Peter De Jesus Jr. on behalf of 1199 SEIU and the New York State Nurses Association to use speakers and microphone for a community rally for the building of a new Brooks Hospital on Thursday, October 5th, 2023 from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. This request was voted on outside of council, and the vote turned up positive 5-0.
Okay, we'll receive and file that. Request 2.
A request from the Dunkirk City School District to close 6th Street from Plover Street to Marauder Drive on Friday, October 20th, 2023 from 3 p.m. until the food truck event, until the conclusion of the homecoming parade.
Any discussion, council? Okay, can I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments? I got Stoyl with a second by Bomano.
Councilmember Lishkowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto. Aye. Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Number 3.
Number 3, request from the Dunkirk City School District for assistance from the Dunkirk Police Department on October 20th, 2023 for the annual homecoming festivities beginning at 4 p.m. until the conclusion of the homecoming parade at 6:45 p.m.
Any discussion, council?
The only thing I want to add is, if anybody's watched the weather forecast, we're supposed to have monsoon rain, so I don't know if there's an alternative plan that they have that we need to know about. Go ahead, Marty.
That's the 20th.
Huh?
It's October 20th.
Okay, thank you, never mind. Thanks,
Okay.
Marty.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hearing no other discussion, can I have a motion to refer to the PBA? I got a motion by Nichols and a second by Litskoviak.
Councilmember Lescoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto. Aye. Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
Number 4, request from the Dunkirk City School District for assistance from 2 Dunkirk police officers to be present at the homecoming dance on Saturday, October 21st, 2023, from 7:45 p.m. until 11:15 p.m. Also requesting a breathalyzer test for each student attending the dance.
Any discussion, council? If not, can I have a motion to refer to the PBA? I got Bomano and a second by Nichols.
Councilmember Lescoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Okay, reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilwoman Litskoviak.
Yeah, for everyone's information, I wanted to just reiterate, 2 weeks ago at our last council meeting, the mayor and his administration had put forth a resolution regarding a pro-housing communities pledge supporting quality, affordable, and varied housing for Dunkirk's future. This is a pledge put forth by New York State to ensure proactiveness from municipalities, and being a partnership with New York State for this pledge would only benefit us. So it had been voted down, but since then, the council had a special meeting on September 26th, which we rescinded the resolution, discussed the matter, amended to include senior housing, and then it was passed unanimously by council. So for those of you that pay attention. And then there is a new New York State Troopers Barracks now open on Main Street Extension in Dunkirk. They had an open house this past weekend, and I was at their grand opening and, asked questions and found out that they do work together with local police and have access to equipment that a local municipality would not have. So I wanted to let everybody know that there's a new barracks here in the city. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Bomano.
Yes, Randy, is that light's still out on the 500 block of the,
Yes,
it's on the even side. I sent you in the,
yeah,
number.
if people could call in, we've had some sensor problems with the new streetlights, and we're getting, though they're under warranty, so we're getting them addressed, 366-9832, to call them in, and that one's on the list to get fixed.
thank you.
Thank you.
Also, I got an announcement. The city of Dunkirk received a check for $1,450 from the Dunkirk Fredonia Manzani Alumni Golf Tournament that happened in August of this year. This is like the 12th year they've been doing this. My brother spearheaded this for 11 years and turned it over to Mrs. Madigan this year, and she did a wonderful job and a great turnout. And kudos to all the volunteers and all the people that come there and golf in that tournament to give to that's for our daycare camp here in the city of Dunkirk for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Stoyl.
Yeah, Randy, are we making any headway with this company that repairs the lights?
Yes, we have 2 city master electricians, Mike Provision and Dennis Odebrowski, who are on this and talking with the LED company that is standing behind the lights, and Ferguson Electric that's making the repairs. So I think that a little bit of a hiccup, but the repairs are being made, and the people have a poll number to call in that helps us get to it quickly.
Well, the problem is, I've gotten a couple of calls on it where they have called the Public Works, and they're very anxious. Some of this has become a quality of life thing for some of these senior citizens.
Yeah.
They depend on that light outside their house. And I try to explain that we just don't have enough police officers for every street.
Yeah. We switched over to the LED because they're a safer, whiter light, and so this little hiccup is something we want to get over and behind us right away so we can realize that extra safety feature. So call them in. I'll see if we can put together some kind of a database that we can put online so that we can track, the complaint, track the fix, and go from there. So we recognize the problem. Both companies recognize the problem, and I think if we can communicate better with you and with the rest of the public on our status on that, I think that would improve situation.
I think so too, yeah. Mike, nice job, tell the guys, nice job up in the 4th Ward on that fire. They pulled one of the comedians out of a shack out there. And Dave, as always, thank you for your latest intrusion on their privacy. You know, and I have to let these guys know out there, there's more coming.
You bet.
The big bad truck is coming down your street, and it's going to look like Christmas with all the lights on it. So be prepared. I'm done.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nichols.
Yeah, just to touch on what Randy said about the lights, I did talk with Mike this morning, and he said that Dennis, our electrician, will be out after dark today just to do a spot check with all the street lights that are out that they have on record. Right now, there is up to 26. And he will return tomorrow morning with a report as to, and what to contact the company to see what they're going to do on that. Randy, can you give us an update with the status on the drainage that's supposed to happen on Tenney Street, and then the upper Swan and the dead end of Albany plus Ounce and Otter?
Sure. Different answer for those. The Tenney Street drainage and also 4th Ward Liberty Street drainage are projects that I'd like to have our city engineering technician meet with you and meet with some of the residents over there so he can understand and engineer the fix to that, and then work with the streets division to get that done. So that's going to be a city worker thing. The contracted paving and the drainage that was ancillary to that and integral to making that pavement work, that you can't pave until you get the water off the pavement or it's going to corrode. So we did a drainage project that's ancillary to the paving in each one of the 4 wards. We did about the same amount of paving in each of the 4th wards. In the 1st ward, Ounce and Pine had a drainage issue. That was fixed. There's still some work for our guys to do to tie it all together when they can get a chance. But the actual part that needed to be fixed before we paved was done. We turned the worst road in the 1st ward into some of the best roads. If you drive Ounce and Otter and the connecting things, that was a lunar landscape before. Now it's a nice smooth pavement, and it's a big improvement to the neighborhood. The drainage over on Albany and Swan, same type of thing. We had about the dead end of Albany used to pond up on both sides. The contractor that paved that dead end, before we had them paved, we put in drainage so the water wouldn't sit on the road, because that again was the second lunar landscape. And now those 2 roads, Swan and Albany, are some of the best over there. They were really bad, now they're really good. So combination of those 2 things, and then we did the same thing in the 3rd ward. We're getting a lot of compliments on Main Street. Used to be a washboard, now it's pretty smooth. Fixed a bunch of drainage on that, and the Washington Avenue, the lead service line replacement project's getting started. Rob met with the contractor today, getting all the parts together so they can. This contractor says we're going to do it like we're mad, and just get through and get that done. And then after that's done, that payment gets paid for out of a different pot of money. We have a $568,000 grant. We're one of 30 cities in the state of New York that has a lead service line replacement pilot project. We don't necessarily have a problem with lead service lines because our drinking water is considered non-corrosive. So it gets a safety coating on the lead, but it's still, out of an abundance of caution, it's good to get those out of there. We also have a problem with 2 lines on that street. We're going to get rid of the old 4-inch and put everything on the 8-inch. So 700 block of Washington Avenue is a work in progress. All the service lines will be replaced, lawns will be restored, and then out of the lead service line pot of money, we will repave them, hopefully before blacktop plant's closed. So they're going to blitz that project. But all of the other projects are done, and that contract with Olson Paving is over. So anything left is another project. But I'm really happy that we got it done, whether it was...
Thank you. Just to let everyone know, the Point Gratiot will be closed today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Our crews that will be in there getting more of the dead ash trees down. They're falling them just as a precautionary. They'll cut them down into the sizes that they need for hauling out after they're fallen. But if everybody would be patient for a couple days, we're going to start, I guess, guys, from what Randy says, are going to start right behind the entrance of the Moose, behind that, coming in where the cutoff is, and where also the millings are going to be put down for the new parking area outside the old fireman's grounds. We're going to do it before it starts raining too bad. The Whispering Giant has been coated. It has its winter coat on. 2 coats of it for the winter, and I don't know if Glenn can give us an update on any of the status for the surround on him or not.
I did have a conversation with a contractor who cuts local heavy timbers for the design that Labella had come up with, and I should have numbers and drawings for that very soon.
Do you think it will be secured before snow flies this year?
I do not.
No? Okay, so we have to do an alternative plan then. Thank you. Also, Glenn, I know I've talked to you several times this week about it, and I talked to the chief about it. There's a horrendous amount of cars that are utilizing the sidewalk to the house parking as a private parking area all through the city. And with the discussions, it was said that the code enforcement officers could issue tickets to them, and I did talk to the chief, so if at all possible you could work out a solution on how we're going to do that. We might be able to generate some funds by giving them actual parking tickets for it or violation tickets instead of just giving them a warning, because there's more and more and more of that happening throughout the whole city of Dunkirk.
When a non-roadworthy motor vehicle is on private property, we issue a violation to the property owner, not to the vehicle owner. They have 7 days to remove that. If not, they receive an appearance.
Well, they're using it daily as a parking area, like a parking space that they would use on the street. That's what they're using on the yard.
We don't issue a ticket to the vehicle owner.
That would not be covered under vehicle and traffic for a parking violation because it's between the sidewalk and the house. That would have to be an appearance ticket from building and zoning for a code violation.
So they could be ticketed for a code violation.
Code violation, that's correct. The property owner.
So we could actually start implementing that at any time, correct?
It's how we handle it now. The property owner, whether they live there or whether they live out of state, gets a violation notice about the car.
Okay. All right. Just a reminder, it's fall, leaves are falling. Please do not rake your leaves into the street. Rake leaves into the street, plugs up receivers. We have annoyed residents that streets are flooding because of the receivers being plugged. So please either bag them or just rake them into the city right away. The mayor's not here today, but I would like to bring a point out that many residents have asked me to do. And with the Brooks Hospital situation the way it is, they've asked me if I could pose to the mayor if he would contemplate contacting Roswell to see if they would bring a satellite location to the Brooks Hospital site. We have a great many people in Dunkirk that are going to Roswell. They're having difficulty getting there. They have to pay to get transportation there. So I'm just on the record so that if the mayor does, and I'm sure Mr. Bobstein could address the issue with him, to look at that venture for our city residents. And lastly, Randy, just out of curiosity, could we use a traffic counter at the point to see how many cars travel through the point? We might need that information down the road when we're looking at grants or some assistance from the state for repairs there.
Sure, I can give you the count for the next 3 days right now, because we're going to close the point, so we have 0 for that.
Stop.
But afterwards, we'll get our counter out of the closet, put some fresh batteries in there, and do that. Happy to.
He almost lost his teeth on that one. I'm done.
Thank you. Randy and Vince, could you talk about the West Side Marina project?
Sure, thank you. A&K Marine Construction has notified both Randy and myself that they will begin operations removing the steel pilings, the twisted steel that are there, and that what's left of a dock structure. Randy was very good in convincing them to remove all of that dangerous area, and there will be some perhaps roll-off dumpsters and other equipment by Memorial Park, and we ask for a little bit of patience while they're doing their work there. We'll, you know, I guess Randy will, and DPW will put up some type of cones, barriers, or what's needed to keep people out of the, you know, harm's way. Randy?
Yeah, I think DPW will work hand in hand with this company. They've been very good in communicating. And right now it looks like Normandy Beach on D-Day, and we're going to get that taken care of.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Unfinished business.
We have none, sir.
Pre-filed resolution.
We have none of that either.
Okay, and under new business, Councilman Bomano?
Yes, I'd like to make the motion for an election day, November 7th, that we move that meeting to Monday, November 6th.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion on the floor from Councilman Bomano, seconded by Stoyl.
Councilmember Lushkowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Nothing else under new business, right?
Correct, sir.
Thank you. Okay, second privilege of the floor is now open.
Okay, that's right. Okay, again, on behalf of my mother-in-law, Patricia Adamovich, 100 West Chestnut Street. It's in regards to the paper street purchase. I believe not your past meeting, but the meeting before, there was a resolution passed.
August 15th.
August 15th meeting, that she was to get the whole paper street. Since that time, we've been told that now, since she went and got it surveyed, the adjoining property owner sees the stakes from the survey, and now they're expressing interest, I guess, in it, and this has kind of been all over the map. Trying to find out exactly what is just what's going on with this.
Michael?
Yeah, I'd be happy to try to answer that. So, the issue is that each property owner, relative to a paper street, essentially has embedded right, if you will, relative to half of a paper street. So your mom had wanted the whole thing. However, the other neighbor expressed an interest, and so consequently, what we are trying to do, and I believe we've got an agreement, but I don't know that they would take half and Pat would take half. And they also agreed to pay for half of the survey.
But
So-
aren't they going to have to resurvey that because it's going to be divided differently?
I think we'll be able to.
Because I had the whole thing divided.
Based upon what you guys passed at the meeting.
Because at the meeting, it was passed that I would get the whole thing.
And when, I guess, when did they express interest in it? After it was surveyed?
Yeah, after.
I mean, isn't there a certain amount of time? I mean, once you guys pass in the resolution, because this has been going on for almost 2 years from the time she put the application in for it. So, I mean, now that she's had a survey, now they decide since they can't use their part for free, now they want it? I mean, after this has already been, they were well aware prior to you guys even passing the resolution that she wanted the whole thing if they didn't. And my other question is...
If they didn't, I think is the critical piece. And so what we really needed was, we needed the other property owner to sign off on it.
Yeah, I mean, is there a period of time that they're supposed to respond, which obviously they didn't if you guys passed this during the resolution?
Have they put an application in for it?
right?
To
These
buy it.
paper streets have been a real problem for us, and I appreciate that. So we've tried to work through it. And this is a situation where, you know, yes, we had that council resolution, and here we have a situation where the adjoining neighbor wanted to have that portion of the street.
After the fact.
After the fact, but in order for us to transfer that interest, we really needed them to sign off on that, and we don't have that sign off.
Well, that's not her fault.
I know it's not her fault, so, but it's city property, and so we've got to go through that process, and that's the process.
Well, who
we're
expressed
going
interest? Was it actually the homeowner, Jody, or was it the family?
through. It was the family,
Now,
on
they-
her behalf.
Are they, whose name is on the deed?
It's Jody.
So they can express interest on her behalf even though they're not on the deed?
They're talking for her. And, I mean, and this is actually part of our problem and part of our issue. I mean, I'm understanding that we've got to work through this, and it's very difficult to work through this. And so, you know, we have a situation right now where we're really trying to work for both parties. And my understanding is that there was an agreement. I'm now hearing maybe that there isn't an agreement.
How much time are you going to give them? I mean, to decide?
Well, no, the agreement really is with
doing this
Pat.
here?
You know, is she willing to accept that?
Well, I really want the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, she's done the legwork. I mean, her and her husband, late husband, maintained this piece of
I
property.
have maintained it for 40 years.
For 40 years. They'd never done anything, cutting the grass. She maintained it. And now all of a sudden, since they don't have potential free use of it, and she decided to purchase it, now they want it? I mean.
So I'd be happy to discuss this with all of you if you wish, not really here at the council meeting, if that would be appropriate. I understand that, Pat, you're going to be leaving by the 15th of October.
Right.
I mean, the concern I have right now is that, again, you're expressing the interest in the entire parcel.
That's
and I
what-
think, but I think that's our issue. And so that could be a problem for us going forward. So I'd be happy to talk to you, but also Jody and/or anyone who might have her power of attorney.
Do they have power of attorney for her?
I'm not going to say that. I just
Yeah, this
said-
isn't the place.
Yeah. Right.
Go ahead and schedule a meeting with the
Okay.
lawyer.
Right.
And that would be the time and the place to be able to get that worked out. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
And if I could,
Sure.
I think I was approached by the assessor earlier on that there might be a discussion relative to a moratorium on paper street sales. We really have to straighten this out.
We do. We do.
I mean, it's an issue. We have these competing interests, and then we don't have competing interests.
Yep. And
We
then-
have
and-
paper streets that there's no interest in, that we've got Department of Public Works who's responsible for maintaining them, and people are using them, but we're maintaining them, and so it's a real issue, and it's unfortunate that, you know, we have a situation like this, but we do have situations like this, and so, but it takes some time to get through these things, and I apologize for that fact.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I completely understand their frustration, Mrs. Adamovich. I think this is a red flag that we need to really look into the procedure and change it to make it more streamlined where, you know, maybe change some regulations as well.
Thank you. Assessor Munson, you've talked with all of us. Between you and Mr. Bobsing, can we try to have something in place for next meeting that we can move forward? I do think a moratorium is probably the smart thing for us to do right now, and then try to get our ducks in a row and come up with a process that's more streamlined, where we understand where we're all headed.
Not to interrupt you, but not including this one here, since it's already been done prior to your moratorium.
We'll see where it goes. We'll see what they come up with.
Mr. D'Amico, we've been, and I've dealt with Eric on several of these issues, And this is near on to 4 years. We're trying to get something straightened out in what direction to go so that it is in the best interest of everyone.
Right.
But I think there should be a time limit.
Right.
Yeah. And that's where I think we really need to sit down and we need to refine this.
If these people express an interest in something that nobody's expressed an interest in years, there should be a time limit that anybody else interested has to respond by. I think we ought to take that into consideration.
Sure.
These are all of the things that are coming into our office.
Right.
But because I need legal and I need DPW and we need an attorney to close the sale.
And the county.
That's why I'm asking for the moratorium to be enacted so that we can streamline this process and we don't have residents who, I know their cell phone numbers by heart and they know my voice on the phone. Because Ms. Pat calls me, she stops by the office, we chit chat, we've got emails, but it's very frustrating. And I understand the frustration. Just to keep it fair for every resident, I would like to see this shut down to streamline the process, open it back up.
It's either that or else the paper streets that we don't offer them for sale anymore and we just keep maintaining them.
Which is not beneficial to the city residents.
I know that, Erica.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you.
We got to settle this one.
I know.
Okay. All right, is there anyone else? I'm sorry.
Erica, you have full support for the next meeting
Yes.
Thank
from
you.
the council.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay. Yes, the floor is still open. If you'd like to speak, your name and address, please.
My name is James Lemansky, at 74 Risley Street in Fredonia. I'm a U.S. Army veteran retired that was awarded the Purple Heart. I am a life member of the American Legion Post 62 in Dunkirk. I'm also an officer of the Disabled American Veterans also in Dunkirk. From what I've been reading about the DRI with a $10 million money grant, one of the projects is to put an amphitheater in the Memorial Park. Memorial Park is a remembrance of our fallen heroes and is sacred ground for us. Fallen heroes, it is not for any concerts of any kind, not for any kind of amphitheater. The Juneteenth annual event is allowed for, as far as we are concerned, because there are veterans in that organization and because African Americans also have given their lives to this country. We, our veterans, are opposed to any type of entertainment on our sacred grounds. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak while the floor is open? Going once? Going twice? Floor is closed. Can I have a motion for adjournment? I got a motion by Nichols and a second by Stoyl.
Councilmember Skoviak?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto? Aye. Councilmember Stoyl?
Nay.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico?
Aye, we're adjourned.